All right, this morning, if it is on social media, it must be true. Okay, maybe not. But there are some new trends on who is getting what news from where on social media. And for that, CNN chief data analyst Harry Enten. Really interesting trends that you picked up on here. Let's start with the who is getting their news from social media in general now versus a few years ago.
I just want to note that if I say it on social media, John, it's 100% true.
Totally.
You can trust everything, including that the New York Yankees stink. But take a look here. I think this is a very clear shift. I would argue it's a monumental shift because traditionally speaking, folks who got their news off of social media were Democrats. You go back to 2021, 52% of Democrats got their news off of social media compared to just 45% of Republicans. Jump ahead now to this year. What do we see? We see the Republican number up like a rocket. Now you get 55% of Republicans who get their news on social media compared to just 52% of Democrats. So Democrats have stayed steady over the last 4 years at this point in the Joe Biden administration, while Republicans have seen a 10-point climb, and now more Republicans get their news off of social media. And if you're on social media a lot like I am, I don't think that's too much of a surprise.
No, not at all. Specifically Twitter. If you're on Twitter, you've noticed a shift here.
Oh, I would think so. I think there are a lot of folks who have been on Twitter and may have realized, wait a minute, there seem to be a lot more Republicans in my feed, especially since Elon Musk took over. And oh my goodness gracious, what a tremendous, monumental shift on the regular news consumers on Twitter/X. You go back to 2021, the party ID margin. Democrats were 37 points more likely, or 37 points more likely to be a Democrat on Twitter or X than a Republican. Jump ahead to this side of the screen. It's completely changed around. Oh, my goodness gracious. Now it's a 14-point lead for Republicans on Twitter/X. We're talking about a 51-point shift in the margin, and John and I were talking about it just before. You can see it with your own eyes. This is polling reflecting what you're seeing in the social media real world, where all of a sudden, John, you just see a lot more Republicans in your feed.
I like the word social media real world there.
It's real to me, gosh darn it.
Okay, so again, this is a huge shift. You just don't see shifts like this in general. But what about the idea that there are other social media places that Democrats can go, and maybe that they're going there instead, and that's making up for it all?
Yeah, you know, there are a lot of folks that I know who are on the left side of the aisle who ran over to Blue Sky or ran over to Threads. But here's the deal, Johnny O. The bottom line is those are minuscule compared to Twitter or X. Use this social media in 2025. 21% of Americans are on Twitter or X. Threads, it's just 8%. Blue Sky, even smaller, just 4%. You add together the 4 plus the 8, that gets you to 12%. That is only about half the level that are on Twitter/X. So as Twitter/X has gone to the right, yes, there are people, as Johnny moves away from me, from the left, who have come over and started to use either Threads or Blue Sky, but that does not have the megaphone, as my voice is oftentimes, that Twitter/X does. So the bottom line, that Twitter/X has become much more further right, has been a real difference maker in terms of what folks are hearing when they go into the social media real world.
You don't need a megaphone. Harry Enten, hashtag thank you very much.
Thank you.
Also to reinforce, 21% is not the whole country.
It is not.
It's not even close.
Nope.
So,
but a lot of difference makers are on it. A lot of our news people are on it.
Do you have a rebuttal?
they're not worth it.
Thank you very much. All right.
And by the way, don't hurt John.
All right. Kate.
Thank you.